Understand this. If anything happens to you right now, there's not enough money. And if there's not enough money in your bank to take care of your family, they're cooked. This is a three-step guide on growing bigger balls as an agency owner. Basically, if you're an agency owner, you need to have big ass balls. And what I mean by big ass balls, you need to have the courage to put down clients in their place. If you're just starting out an agency, a lot of people are like this guy. They are always being shouted at by their clients. They're always being fished around by their clients. Like, do you guys have a client that is doing great? You're running ads for him, you're doing any kind of service for him, and he's making a bunch of money because of you. But even after that, he's still bitching out. He's still bitching you, and he's like, "Oh, you're not doing this right. You're not doing this right. I wanted this. I wanted this." Because I've seen so many agencies that make their clients 30K a month, but they're still being bitched out by the clients. And they're like, "Oh, we wanted to hit 50K this month." Like, why would you ever work with a client like that? Nobody wants to work with a client like that. But I don't think most of the time it's client's fault. It's usually your fault. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you're making an agency, you're trying to build freedom. Most of you guys are trying to get into agency space because you're trying to build freedom for yourself and get out of 9 to 5 and not go to college, not go to a fucking job, not be bitched around by a boss. But when you're going in an agency and you're letting your client decide your fate and your frame, and you're letting him be the leader in your relationship, you're making him your boss. You're creating a new 9 to 5 for yourself. I've seen so many agency owners fall into this trap. They go into a relationship with a client, they get them the results, and now they don't know how to upsell them, they don't know how to control the client, and the client is being the boss of this relationship. So, how can you avoid this situation? And how I myself have avoided situations like these. So, I'm going to show you more about this right now. So, what you want to do is you want to be like Randy here. Randy is big dick. He has big balls. He doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. You can see he's just trailing his massive balls on a fucking cartwheel out in public. He doesn't give a fuck. You need to be like Randy. The more you're like him, the more clients you're gonna get, the more respect you're gonna get out of your clients, and the more money you can charge your clients. And you're gonna be like, but I don't want to charge my clients that much. I'm okay with charging them 1,500 a month or 1K a month. Dude, if you're making your clients 30 to 40K a month with like 1K ad spend, you need to be asking for more. But most agency owners don't understand that you need to be the boss of the relationship. And if you're bringing in so much value where you're getting them 30 to 40K a month profit, let's not say profit, but like 30 to 40K a month revenue, you need to be boss enough to charge them more for it. Now, this is the soy beta male Chud Jack who cannot earn any respect from clients. He does not make enough. Now, here is a soy beta male Chud Jack. He makes $0 a month. Why? Because he doesn't understand the three basic rules of how to handle the clients. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is Chad. He makes 50K a month. He doesn't give a fuck what his client says. He charges clients 5K a month. Without thinking twice, he handles the relationship like he handles all his girls. He's the boss in the bedroom. So, how can you be more like Chad and not like Chud? I'm gonna tell you in 3 easy steps. So there are only 3 known ways to grow your balls. One is to believe in yourself. Now this is hard for most agency owners if you're just starting out. You don't have any confidence or any proof out there to have belief in yourself. But if you have ever gotten out of bed to work first thing in the morning, or you've done anything of any purpose, like if you have spent even 10 minutes in the gym, you should have a little bit confidence and a little bit belief in yourself because you're willing to put out effort and most people are not. If you can grasp that perspective and put that into play, you'll start to believe more in yourself. But obviously, some people will still struggle even after they have made a bunch of money. I know a bunch of agency owners that make 20 to 30K a month, but they're not confident outside of business. Like they might be confident in business, they can charge clients whatever, but once they go hit up a girl, they have zero confidence. So what you want to be able to do is you're going to take the confidence in other things in life and bring it over to business. Most people in business that I know don't do that. But if you're able to do this, you can start to believe in yourself more. Second thing that you can do is believe in your product. Now, this is the most important thing you gotta do. Believing in yourself is first, but believing in your product is way more important than believing in yourself. Because Alex Hermosi said it himself. If you don't believe in your product, your sales guys will not sell. Like, if your team or you don't believe in the product, they would never ever be able to convict other people to buy because they're not convicted themselves that this product can help those people. Now, if you knew that your skills can make somebody 40 to 50K a month, you would be more than happy to tell clients, hey, I know what I'm worth and I can make you that much pretty easily, almost guaranteed. So I deserve to be paid 5K a month. And 5K a month is just an example, but you can charge even more. I've seen agency owners charge 20K to 100K sometimes for things that they offer. So there's literally no scarcity of money or clients out there would buy from you. So why would you go ahead and undercharge yourself and look like a bitch in front of these clients? You need to be able to be confident enough to tell the clients, hey, this product is good. And if you do not buy with me, you're the one that's missing out. Like the guys that are chads, that are 6'6", they're 200 pounds. If a girl rejects them, they don't give a fuck. They're not insecure because they know what they're worth. They don't care about anything. Like a girl can say, "Oh, you're too tall for me." Like who doesn't like it doesn't make sense for a girl to say that. Like that's a good quality. So you need to be so exceptionally well in your skills that if you pitch your product, the client has to hear the conviction in your voice. Third thing, which I have done myself, is fake it till you make it. Oh, dude, I'm telling you one thing right now. If you are able to not believe in yourself, but you're able to show people that you believe in yourself, you can make it. Like in the beginning, people used to think I was making 300 to 400K a month with when I was making like 3K a month. Why? Because I was genuinely exceeding confidence from my butt. Like if I talked with full confidence, full leadership, and full control of the conversation that they thought that I was on a different level. I'm telling you, the perception is far more real than reality itself. So if you're able to perceive yourself or fake it till you make it, you can make people think that you're doing pretty well, you don't need them, and you're not desperate, and you can far better off doing that than not doing any of these things at all. Like literally do this trick before going into a meeting. Be like, I'm gonna be the best sales guy on planet Earth. This is just an example, but anything, whatever you're selling, be like, this is the best product on planet Earth. The best salesperson on planet Earth. I know how to sell to anybody. If you just think that, put it in yourself and affirm it for like 2, 3 times, you're gonna act like that on the call. I'm telling you, try this out. Just say a few affirmations, go into the call and believe it with all your heart, and you will genuinely close the client most of the time. Unless you fuck it up, but most of the time, if you're concentrated enough, you can do it. Now, why should you even have the balls? Why should you charge clients more? Why does it matter? Like, why is it even necessary? Like, the reason it's necessary is because if you do not charge clients more, somebody else will. And if they see more confidence in them, they see more testimonials from them, they're gonna give their dollars to them and not you. So it's very fucking important that you show confidence and you are not desperate and you have more belief in your skills than other people do. Because all the rich people I know, they don't motivate themselves on, oh, all the good things or what can happen. Oh, I want to make 200K a month. I'm going to motivate myself. They don't motivate themselves on that. They motivate themselves on, if I don't make 200K a month, if I don't make 200K this month, what is going to happen? Like, they genuinely have such high standards and such high belief in themselves that they think this is the minimum they should make. And they don't make this much, they're gonna die. Like, if somebody put a gun to your head and told you, I want you to make 10K this month, you will genuinely find a way to make 10K that month. It doesn't matter how you make it, but you will find a way. So, so fear is generally the best motivator on planet Earth, and you need to exploit the fuck out of it. So you need to go in there. You're gonna be like, if I don't overcharge clients, somebody else will. Somebody else will take the money that I deserve. Because brother, you deserve to have 5 to 6K a month per client and have 10, 20 clients make 50 to 100K a month from your agency. But just because you don't have the courage to speak it and put it into existence, you're letting it go. So understand this. If anything happens to you right now, there's not enough money. And if there's not enough money in your bank to take care of your family, they're cooked. Like literally, if you're gonna die in the next 3 months, but you chose to charge clients 2K a month and you had, let's say, 10 clients, right? You made 60K within 3 months, right? So you made 60K within 3 months. That is not gonna help your family. But if you were a little bit more courageous, you were a little bit more ballistic, and you charged your clients 5K a month, and you had 10 clients, that's equal to 150K. You literally almost 3x your money, and your parents could live off of this. If you're in a third world country, your parents could live off this forever almost if they do the smart decisions. So generally speaking, if you were gonna die in 3 months, because you don't know when you're gonna die, like you being a more courageous man and charging more would be more helpful to people around you than you being a bitch and charging less. So maybe use that as a motivation, but I think there's always a reason you can find to make more money and charge more clients. There's no reason you should be down poor and be like other people charging less just because some guru told you that, oh, you only gotta charge 1500. It's a good starting price. No, you can charge anything to clients. Bonus tip, having big balls doesn't mean you're better than others. Now, Chad here, this is the mega Chad here. He has the biggest balls out there, but he has a small ego. You need to have big balls, but you also need to have small ego. You don't want to fuck up clients by having so much balls that you're like, oh, I'm gonna charge clients 10K per month, but you're only providing them with the results that make them like 6K a month, right? So you don't want to be that person where you're not providing enough value, but just overcharging and not giving results. That's also going to taint your reputation. So you got to have a balance where you have big balls, small ego, and You're able to provide value, but you can charge them 10K a month. You have the courage enough to charge them a 10K a month, but you also have the skills to make them 60K a month. Does that make sense? Now, I know so many agency owners. Actually, funny story. I was talking to one agency owner yesterday, and he told me how he found this client and he talked with him. He closed the guy, and this guy is gonna be paying him 1,500 this month, but he didn't want to spend anything on the ad spend. So this guy was so desperate to keep this guy as a client to get paid 1,500. He said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna spend money out of my own pocket and run ads for you with my own money." You know how stupid that is? You literally gave everything. You gave your balls to the guy. Like you gave your balls to the guy. Like you put it in his hands. You're like, crush my balls. If this guy is a scammer and doesn't pay him, he literally spent 800 bucks out of his pocket to run ads. And if this guy doesn't pay him, he just lost that money. So you don't want to get desperate. Like, do not be desperate enough to be like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking charge whatever. But if a client doesn't want to do this, I'm gonna be desperate enough. You wanna make sure you have enough value and you also have balls. Like I said, just have some balance. Do not ever be so desperate that you're spending your own money to keep the client satisfied. And sometimes people think that charging less doesn't really matter, even if like, oh, we live in a third world country, so even 60K or like making 60K a month is fine by me because that might go a long way. And most clients don't want to pay 5K or 6K. So it just makes sense for me to compete at the price and get the client instead of losing the client just for like an extra 1 or 2K. You don't get it. If you had balls and you charge the client, let's say five, the other agency, first of all, once they're on the call, you need to be closing them right away. They shouldn't even be going to a different agency to check the prices. So if they're on the call with you, they're the desperate one. They need it. That's why they're on the call. Or else why would they be? So you need to be confident enough in your skills that you can tell them, hey, I'm gonna be charging this. Because if you charge them 2K and they go to it and you're not able to close them, they go to another agency and the another agency says, "Oh, we can do this at 1,500." Even if they might not be able to do a good job just to get the client's money, they're like, "Oh, I can do that at 1,500." They're gonna be like, "Wait up, how about I start a bid war between these guys and I'm asked this guy if he can do it for $1,000." So they come to you and they're like, "Oh, this other agency said that we can do this at 1,500. Can you do this at 1,000? I'll book with you." And you being desperate enough to get your first client, or even if it's not your first client, just to get the client, you're like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this." First thing that you're doing is you're cutting your profit. Let's say you were gonna be charging 5K. You were gonna charge 5K, right? And you're suddenly cutting down your profit from 5K to $1,000. So that means you lost $4,000. In your client's mind, you made sure that they look at you as a cheap agency. Now, when you go into your client's business and you do good things, they're more than likely to refer you. And once their friend that they refer you to, they ask like, "Hey, how much did this guy charge you per month for this?" Right? And they say, "Oh, he charged me 1K per month for this. He should also charge you this." Right? You would never be able to charge that other referral or other client more than 1K a month because they already know your prices. They're never going to be like, "Oh, for this specific reason, you need to be charging more when you charge my friend this." So they already have this set image of you to begin with, and the other friends that are coming in through them will also have that image. So that is the worst thing to be in. That is the worst frame to be in. And not only this, this energy also reflects on testimonials. So whenever you get testimonials from clients, you're gonna be seeing that energy. Oh, this guy does it for cheap. This guy charged me this much. This guy did this or did that. Because clients will see that and they will hear that energy in the testimonial. So you need to be sure correctly depending on the situation, and you need to charge more. Most people when they're starting an agency, they don't understand that sometimes you cannot do those things that you promised them yourself. And to keep the client, it's far better to hire somebody else to do that thing. You can just get it done and still keep profit. But let's say you charge 1,000 and you try to find a media buyer or any kind of reseller that you can sell off of, and they want 500 or 800. You're only left with $200. That is not gonna fill your stomach. That is not gonna run your house. But in the other hand, if you charge them 5K, let's say you charge them 5K and you find the reseller that is pretty good, he's like the top of the top line, and he charges 2K, you're not left with $3,000 free for not doing anything. You don't even have to do the job. You can just hire this guy to do it, and he's gonna do far better job than you if you're just beginning. But you still pocket it more than most people would. So this is one more thing that you can do is you can charge people a lot. Find a guy who's doing pretty good at his job. So you don't have to lie about believing in your product because you know the guy is the best at doing things. So you can just resell what he's doing and learn from him and then do it yourself. But yeah, this is the basics. If you want to learn more about it, you can hit me up on Discord. My Discord will be in the bio, Captain Chills. Or if you want, we can set up a one-on-one call and I can guide you through more things.